So I'm Julia Fowler, but my design company is Julia Tershon. This is a logo I had made with my maiden name. And I really like my maiden name, and I feel like I did like a lot of work to who I am today using my maiden name. So it's going to be my company name. It's a little bit more unique than Fowler. So let me see.
The other one is Fowler.
Oh, okay, here we go. So my client profile is Allison Webster. She is on her staff. She's an environmental lawyer, and she's a mother of two with a husband named Evan. This design is really about her. Evan doesn't really care that much about design. So basically, best case scenario with a client. She represents clients on legal concerns such as clean technology, climate change, water law, renewable energy. She leads a busy life, and she likes spending time with her children and taking her spouse to a physical therapist. He does have some disabilities, so we kept that in mind when we were designing the home. She works from home in her office, but she frequently represents clients in court, and she works long hours, so she really wanted her home to be a serene, calming, safe space for her and her family. This is my initial CAD rendering of the floor plan. On here, there is one thing that's kind of unique. This is a hidden pantry, and this is the kitchen area. So it's a little bit more clear here. So I kind of designed it with like this light gray entrance, but basically there'd be like a small amount of similar cabinetry here. I was just trying to figure out how to display, and it was a little hard, but that is the hidden pantry. So this is a 3-bedroom home with 2.5 baths. This is going to be the primary suite here, the primary bath. This home utilizes a lot of native Texas elements. So the floors are all repurposed Texas post oak, which is really pretty. And I have an example on a slide coming up. And then the stone around the exterior of the home is the Texas Austin stone. And then there's a lot of locally made furnishings throughout the home. So this is an example of what I was going for with the kitchen design. So this is all Texas stone, Texas flooring, and then all the coloring in the home is going to be warm. So there's not too many cool tones, but there are some cool tones with the marble in the kitchen. So this is my rendering, or my elevation of the kitchen. It doesn't really show what I was wanting with the marble countertops. It kind of came across more like wood, but it's really modern. And then the backsplash, it's not supposed to be like that large tile. It's supposed to be stone, but everything kept coming across looking so like, especially with Photoshop when I was doing it. So eventually for my elevations, I just kind of had to settle with what I was able to use and what looked best, but design-wise, it would have that stone backsplash. Similar in the bathroom. So I have the same stone that'll be in the kitchen, and then a nice transition going from the hardwood floors to an antique terracotta in the bathroom. This is an antique Turkish sink, which I love. I actually have one of these in my house. They just bring in so much character to a space, and then I love wall-mounted plumbing. I just think it's easier for cleaning, especially if you have kids. I feel like the dirtiest part of the bathroom is always like the faucets, and like it builds up, and just taking it off is such an easy way to elevate the design and keep it clean. So this is my elevation of the bathtub. Going outside, there would be privacy landscaping all on the exterior. I played around with some images, but they all were like super zoomed in. But there would be a bunch of landscaping out there to provide privacy. This home would be in White Rock, so the houses would be closer together, so there'd definitely be neighbors, so privacy would be a concern. And then the walls are all the stone walls. So there's a stone like feature wall, and then everything else is going to be this textured lime wash wall, and then the floors would be terracotta. And it was impossible to get the Turkish sinks in my elevation. So I just put like a little modern sink, but it would be the Turkish sink. That's my presentation.